Hey, what's up, guys? Pittsburgh Weiss Schwarz back again with another. Fuck, what is it? Stat review. We're doing Data Live Green,
Our brains fried after yellow.
Oh,
talking
God,
about
mm,
my favorite character, Origami, from the show. Uh, Bunny Girl's also here too. Um, let's just get into it. Review some good cards, some broken fucking cards. Level 0, Origami. When your opponent's climax card's played to their climax area, you can put this card into your stock. Oh my god, this card's great. It's reversed if the level is level 0 or lower. It's a clock bomb. Holy shit. This is like that card in Bang Dream, Hogami.
Yeah, it's Hog Me Bomb.
yeah.
It's fine.
I'm a massive slut for these cards.
People, when we were first brewing in JP with the set, we were playing this at like 2 or 3 of. And then we realized how dumb every deck builds stock like for free, so that it didn't matter. It might be better in English, especially with like things that are on reverse that you want to deny running around. Card's fine in a vacuum. Card's good.
Yep, seems.
I'm just such a big fan of it. It's free
Viable.
stock. It denies your opponent's combo, and it's also a sticky level 0. It's also like a
Are bombs
trade
sticky
wallet
anymore?
0. I don't know. I mean, your opponent still will maybe choose to
Of
avoid it. It's
I
likely
think
to live back.
I think against bad players they're sticky. I think anyone like I don't know what's the way to say it? Like round 4 or higher is just going to instantly trade a utility card with an on-play effect with this.
I mean, I
Yeah,
guess
you
it
just
can
want
bait
it
you.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. Like usually, if
They
go
used to.
for a
People-
bomb, you want to bait. It baits people into making a bad choice.
Bombs did like this is like going like even like 2 years back. Like at regionals you could like reasonably expect bombs to live back because people would like actively avoid attacking to them, and then people realized that it was just giving your opponents a free plus, so now they run them over.
Yeah, they get another stock off it if you let it live.
I feel like Hogami actually did that to a certain point because Bang Dream was so popular, and like every deck ran that as yellow fix for the Musashi, so like people realized like, oh, I should just fucking murder this card with like a
I
chumper.
think there was a lot of other things you could fix for it in yellow. I know.
Yeah.
You've played against my Bang Dream deck a good bit, and I
Yeah,
always
there's a
run
lot
high
of-
on that card because I think this profile is like super good. I mean,
It's
I'm giving it
definitely
an
not
A+.
bad.
I think it's like a 4 of.
I just don't know if it's as well positioned as it used to be.
I agree.
Especially because green isn't the color.
But like, even when it's bad, it's good because you're still getting a stock off of it.
I don't know. Sometimes.
It trades well at 0.
Maybe
and then
30% of
Even
the
later
time.
in the game, you can just, if you just want something to stand by, let's say, like you have nothing else good to stand by, you just throw this down and maybe you get a free stock. You can put it in your back row, save it for later, get a free stock.
I don't know.
A
Free
lot you
stock.
can do with these cards.
Free stock. I don't know. I don't really know if free stock is worth running a bomb in this color in this set, but if you're in green at all, I mean, like you run.
Yeah.
You run
To
the
be
card.
honest, it's probably not worth splashing green for this card. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if there's other good green cards, and I don't know if there is. I haven't seen the set, but this is definitely like a really easy green fix. Just throw.
I mean,
four
like
of
I
this in
said,
there.
people were messing with it at the beginning for good reason. It's like not a bad profile. It's just they realized that Data Live was never lacking for stock in any build because it's either winning board constantly with either book or the Toka builds or like the 8 standby builds, or like you're just like triggering choice a bazillion times and getting free stock off of that, or like just like constantly just like slamming shit and attacking 3 times every turn constantly because Code 3's plussing you so hard. You're like gonna get extra turns even if you're comboing every other turn. Just because of how it works. You're generating so much ridiculous card advantage. Like in the set, like in the quote unquote meta builds, this doesn't have a place. But in like any other build, especially
In a
if you're in
spicy
green,
Andy build,
you would
this is
run
going to
you would
be
run
like-
this.
And
green's
anything
the
else
first
is kind
color
of
I'm going to
fine.
test.
Yeah. It's
Very
totally
exciting.
fine card.
Yeah, but when you're playing like strictly yellow red, you don't have,
Yeah,
The
or
top
like
room
blue,
is
blue,
fine.
yellow, red, or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
especially if you're in 3 colors, you don't have room for this. Yeah.
all right, we can move on, Brian.
All right, we've got Yoshino and Yoshinon. If there are 2 or fewer climax in your waiting room at early plays, When the bar is placed in your climax area, if this is in your front row and you have 4 or more other characters with date or elemental trait, until the end of your opponent's turn, this card can side attack without soul penalty, and gives the character opposite it -2 soul. It also has, at the start of your opponent's attack phase, you can discard a card. If you do, choose one of your characters and stand and swap them, and this gets 2,000 power for the turn. So
Wow.
you can,
It's the best Neg Soul Wall they've ever printed, and no one's playing it because everything else in the set is even more broken.
well, it just dies to blink and level down, unfortunately.
Yep.
We should have reviewed. We should have done green first. This would have been a A+.
These
But yeah,
this is the best. The best.
Next, yeah,
the
next
best
wall
Neg
that can stand and swap in front of whatever
That
it wants
doesn't
to move in
target.
front of.
That's off bar. There's no way to whiff it. It's the easiest climax to loop in the game. Easiest climax by far. Like,
I think it's worth messing around with. Maybe still.
yeah, I mean, I tried to
Like
build greedy builds.
In non-Dal matchups, it seems super.
Like, I tried to build
like,
three climax builds with this that were splashing green. And I came up with a couple things. Never got around to testing them because I realized that
that's
it's
what I was thinking.
putting a card on the board.
My gears were turning. I was thinking like as a third climax maybe because you can only
Spoiler
just
alert.
early play it.
Good climax swapper in this set. So
Nice stand and swap too, especially
Yeah.
since you build so much hand with Data Live.
I mean,
I'd rather discard a card than pay a stock maybe.
I really think this is just the best, the actual best neg. Like, this is the ultimate Neg Soul Wall.
If Data Live didn't exist,
Is this
Data
better
Live
than
is pretty
Priestess?
good.
I think this might be better than Priestess.
Yeah, if Data
On
Live
paper.
wasn't around, this set would be broken.
Because, well, it's not as good as Priestess, because Priestess is -3, this is -2. But it still doesn't target, and you stand and swap it, so you can move it wherever you want.
This is probably more versatile than Priestess.
The fact that it's off
Less moving
bar,
pieces, off of
2 or
bar.
fewer climax, you don't have to run another condition. You don't have to, like, worry about it hitting when you're, like, on your successive turns when you're looping it. Yeah, it's fine, but
I like the card a lot. Yeah,
in a Data Live meta, though, this card's unplayable.
unfortunately.
Yeah, so I don't know. In a vacuum, I mean, card's an A. It's a good card. I don't know how you play it. I don't know why you would, unless this is the budget deck, I guess.
No, dude, you play yellow green, dude. You level down their shit and you play your big shit.
I guess. I guess
And
it is. I guess
if
it
they
is
level
free.
this down, you use your event to grab it back from your graveyard and play it again.
It is free, so yeah. And you don't have to expend any resource to get the thing. You just play it.
Yeah.
And you can always chase them to get the Neg Soul effect because you go in front of whatever thing they're trying to do.
It's just Neg Soul in general would all take a hit. I think it's one of the biggest hit. The biggest hit or anything.
Too bad you can't stand and swap away from My Little Sheeta.
No.
Let's
Can't run.
I mean, even putting the event aside, though, like this doesn't actually sit that big on.
You'd have to stand and swap. You'd have to. So you'd have you'd be evading combat.
You would have to kind of evade combat.
Yeah, you wouldn't be. You'd be trying to win against the weak lane. You wouldn't be. There are like cards to buff level 3s.
And the way they've printed these soul walls has been really weird, right? Instead of ramping up the effects, they've been really toning them back. I feel like it started with the Orisa walls, which was absolutely are not hitting over this, and they're gonna do it turn after turn. But it was so built around, and now we've kind of regressed back to something
more
this,
splashable.
It's more splashable. Yeah.
It's extremely splashable, but they can hit over it pretty easy.
Well, in a meta where you're only expecting to have this live one turn anyway, maybe it's not a drawback. Maybe you value it being splashable.
It's probably better. Even if you're playing against Dal, you can still early play this and then threaten the ability and force them to have the counter.
Yep.
Or not the counter, but have the event card.
So yeah, it's fine. Guess we can move on. We got a bad card. I got the Yoshino. This is the only drop search in the set. It's a normal drop search, and it has a completely useless first ability, where if you give a level 2 or higher character 1500 power. I would rather this have been a 2500 vanilla drop search, because then it wouldn't feel like garbage to put in your deck.
Really?
If you don't have any targets.
Well, helps you hit over other early plays. Just naturally hit over early plays.
I guess. I don't know. This card feels bad to put in every list I've tried to put it in. It just feels like the first effect's a waste.
Good synergy with the last Yoshino, who doesn't get very big.
I don't know, man.
I guess.
Grasping at straws, I think. I hate the first effect.
It's a fine card. I'd rather have that first effect than 500 power.
If it gave power cross turn, it might be more relevant.
It'd be absurd then.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I think this is a perfectly fair and balanced card. I don't think the first
Yeah,
effect's
it's
bad
fair.
at all.
That's the problem.
Yeah, it's good. It's fine.
Like, if you're choosing a filter card, a paid filter card, you choose the drop salvage every time over this, and you run the search brainstorm, and you say that's good enough because the drop salvager is so good. It has such a like generally stupid first effect. I wish this had just like a more general effect, so that I wouldn't feel bad about putting like a drop search in. But it's just like, nope, 2 drop salvages. Drop salvage are too good.
It would be nice if the first effect were more, applicable all game.
Yeah.
But I think it's still probably
search.
like a B tier.
Yeah, it's playable. It's still a drop search despite the unfortunately niche first effect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not great. All right. There you go, Andy. You got the origami again.
Peeking around the corner.
Take a little peeky poo. What climax are we with here? Is this a Stonk Soul?
Looks like a green Stonk Soul.
If all your characters are date or elemental, it gets 2k. Cross turn. So it says it's 6. On reverse, if Super Genius Apology is in your climax area, choose a level 0 or lower card in your waiting room, put it into your stock. Reveal the top card of your library. If it's level 1 or higher, put it into your hand.
This is what is it?
Isn't it great being Kisniver?
No, this is more D-Man. This is the Sal 10th combo, but off stock soul instead of off door. Which I don't know if it makes better or worse. This is like Selective Union, but it only stocks level 0s. Can add events. So it has synergy in the like mono green deck where it runs this like Negsol event as well. That they really want to add, and they have cards that they can like pitch it so that it's not a dead card earlier in the game. So it has synergy with that, I guess. It seems like fine. I just don't know if green in general is worth it.
It's a really nice stock building combo, but you do need the reverse.
And you're only 6k.
Yeah, I mean, which is probably good enough to get some reverses, but it's kind of weird though, because like the drop searcher that we just did, like if that was, why isn't that just spot 1500 power anywhere?
Be too good.
Would it be? That would seem like in line with the rest of the set.
It would be fine. It would just, the card would need to have less power.
Yeah.
Which would make sense. But like you can't pump this with that card.
Oh yeah, and that's my problem with the drop searcher. It's just like needlessly restrictive for no reason. Like it always feels bad.
I'm gonna say this too, as far as stock building combos go, you could just run the choice one from
Kurumi, yeah.
But this can actually plus you.
Kurumi. But
this is
also
Union.
does
better Union.
This subverts the whole drawback of not plussing. You get the stock and the plus, but you got to jump through more hoops.
It's fine.
I think it's fine. Yeah. If you really want stock, it's a good stock building combo.
B- because it's off stock soul.
Yeah.
No,
I would even like this better if it was off bag. I'm gonna be honest, like a 1k one.
Well, I mean, if it got to 7k, you're looking for a reverse. So anything that gives power is better than stock soul, but we do love stock.
Oh, here's a card that hits on the event I just talked about.
Origami swimsuit look. When this card is placed to the stage from your hand, reveal the top card of your deck. If that card is a character with date or elemental trait, or basic manifestation device, the 3/3 Neg Soul event. For the turn, all of your opponent's front row characters get minus 500 power. I don't like it.
Oh wait, this card is missing translation text. It's also a Shimakai.
Oh, there is a second effect. Yeah, on attack, give 500 power to one of your
other
date or elemental characters based on the number of other date or elemental characters you have.
Yeah, Shimakai.
500 times.
Okay, this combos super nicely with the last card, actually.
2,500 Shimakai.
Don't you just hate it when your opponent's JCs get rid of your reverse target?
2,500 Shimakai, it counts itself.
Well, no, it minus 500 power to your whole opponent's front row.
Gotcha, yep.
It's like the Hakuro.
Minus 500 their field, get rid of their JC or annoying card that's going to stop your reverse, and then powers up your card to get the reverse.
What I don't like about the card is that it is a level 1. This card, exact same card text. Well, actually, it didn't even have to coin flip. The Hakuro and Slime, just a 500 power dude. You play it, gives minus 500 power to your opponent's whole front row. Then also has the same effect, and it's a level 0. This is a 4K level 1, which is like actual garbage because it can't buff itself. Which means that this is like effectively the same. It's like, well, I'm saying it's like
Shimakais are like techie cards anyway, right? Like
yeah, but it's like I'm saying it's like effectively comparatively. If you're swinging it into an irrelevant lane, what's the difference between dealing a level 1 or a level 0, other than that it's more restrictive? That's just all I'm trying to note.
Okay, fair enough. It's a little bit more restrictive, but I don't really count that against it.
I do.
I feel like this card seems to synergize very well with the other green cards. So you're not really. I guess it limits its splashability, but
it helps you get the reverse with the other card.
Yeah, I actually really like it. I mean, and does it count itself for the 500 or no?
No,
I don't think so. Yeah.
Even still, you're getting a lot of bang for your buck. 2,000 power to one of your characters, and then combine that with the minus 500 to all their field. You're essentially getting the same plus 2,500 that you would otherwise, with additional utility of being able to get more power minuses or
it's fine.
Yeah, it's all right.
Seems like a good card to pop back to your hand with the what the fuck's her name? Kotori. Pops a card back to your hand.
Majority of the time, it's just basically a Shimakai. Sometimes it kills some sort of priority 500 power target in the front row, but most of the time, it's just helping you score reverses.
This seems like it would be way better in Japanese meta than English, though. Where you have like those obnoxious 500 power cards that will like send themselves to memory and then deny reverse.
Yeah.
Adventure Time's coming.
Because like you need reverse for the level 1 combo. I think this is like a card that you run in the green builds. Yeah. And like the more we get this JC effect, like the better this gets. I think it's like actually a really solid card.
All right, we can move on.
This is you, I think, Carmen.
Okay, we got this one Yoshino. She's crying. At the beginning of your encore step, if the bar is in your climax zone, you may put this card in your memory. At the beginning of your draw step, choose one Yoshino lost Yoshino in your memory, which is this card. Place it in any slot on the stage during that turn. That card gains 3,500 power. Note, at the beginning of the encore step, this card, does this card have to attack profitably? No, because it doesn't say end of turn. It's beginning of encore step.
Start of encore step.
So it can be reversed. So, however, as long as this card attacks or is on your field, doesn't even have to be in the front row. It time machines and comes back as an 8/5.
Don't even need a reverse.
Nope, it can crash and then come back.
It ensures that this card pluses. Unless you get hit by hee hee ho ho, and you lose all your cards in your memory, then you don't get this card back. Which would be really funny. You'd need to have the set doesn't have enough memory for you to ever kick the condition. So you don't have to actually worry about that. I just thought that'd be funny.
That would be funny.
Yeah, card's fine. Is this good enough for Time Machine to see play? No. No.
I don't know. I think the
I don't
big
think
drawback
it's
with
horrible.
Time Machine was you needed reverses for it.
Do you
Usually.
really want to open up slots just to get 8/5s the next turn? Do you really want to eat damage at level 1 like that on first deck? Do you want to hand your opponent like empty lanes to swing into? That's what I'm worried about here.
I don't know. Like you deny reverses. You get a nice big beefy board to swing back with next turn.
I guess it really depends.
Off a gold bar.
Yeah, you just triple cancel off the direct attacks like a good player.
I get on first deck.
Of course.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this makes Time Machine good enough, but I mean, seems somebody's gonna mess with it.
Yeah, I think it's
Yoshino
playable.
Waifu. If you're a lolicon, you play this.
Oh shit! I should change my score. I don't want to be the lolicon of the group.
No, I mean, I think it's fine. I'd just be afraid of the. I feel like there are more often than not on first deck. I don't want to leave my opponent +1 soul unless I'm in a weird situation where I've already eaten a bunch of damage because my deck's in a weird order. And like I'm having to react to it, and like since that doesn't happen every game, and I don't want to give my opponent the thing, and if I deny the effect, then why am I playing the combo? You know,
the consistency of it's really nice. That's what I think. Though.
I mean, yeah, it always kicks.
Maybe I can sway you with that. You know.
Yeah, I mean,
you don't need a reverse like other Time Machines. It's off a gold bar, so best combo for level 1 combo, gold bar.
I'd put it this way: I would play. This is can we say that this is objectively worse than like the Oboro style combos, like Saikano or like the Megumin from the new set.
You gotta
like the Megumin from the new set. On attack,
so like
they gain twin drive and pop back. I feel like those are so much better than this, like by a large margin.
Because then you're getting the twin drive on top of it.
Well, the twin drive lets you side other level 1s profitably, and then you don't leave extra soul. It leaves a body, but also denies reverse. So it's like if we're comparing this to Oboro, the Oboros are so much better.
The Oboros are probably better because then it lets you.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's like the extra soul is a drawback. Like
they pop the hand. Like you have to put these back onto your field, and then if you want to like play over them, you're minusing them.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Oboro effects are better. I would agree.
Yeah, it's.
I tried to convince you, yet it was you who convinced me.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like on first deck, I wouldn't want to hand my opponent the extra soul damage. A lot of the time, unless I was in that weird state, in which case, like the correct answer usually there is to just do nothing. Mm-hmm. You don't beat on your deck, and like you get the same effect.
Still a good card, though.
I mean, yeah, it's fine. I'd be interested to see someone try to do something with it. But. I don't know. At least the best part about it is it's on bar, and that's why I'm giving it a B and not like a C+. Is because like you could loop this. There's the ability for you to loop it is high.
It is a guaranteed plus.
Yeah.
Off a bar, but it kind of has a low floor. Other than that,
play 8 bar and Yoshino Waifu. Very uncomfortable climax lineup unless they have some way to deal with that.
No.
You discard, well, you discard cards for the big Yoshino.
Yeah, for the Yoshino.
I guess. Yeah, you can pay out your bars. That's kind of cool.
All right, back around to the top. Another origami, Andy. You're getting lucky with these.
Origami ready for battle. And when this card's placed onto the stage, reveal the top card. If it's a level 0, put it into your stock. Counts climaxes, by the way. And on play, you can discard a card to search your deck for an event.
Pretty good.
I like the fact that it can refund your stock. That's pretty nice. Always a big fan of those on cards. Definitely makes it kind of nice.
It has an additional effect that got cut off, I think.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Looks like maybe
pay one, give your soul, field a soul 1,500 or something.
It might just be repeatable. Pay 1, give something 1,500.
I don't know why these got cut off.
Let me find it. It is.
Some of these cards were like they had a lot of text.
It does not say on Heart of the
Cards. Oh well, that's why. That's why.
Yeah.
What's this card? I think it's
pay
just
one,
gain 1500 power.
Yeah, pay one, choose one of your date or elemental characters. It gets 1500 power till end of turn. It's just repeatable 1500 power.
Repeatable 1500 power. Okay, so situationally fine.
I think that's pretty negligible.
Yeah.
I like the fact that it's like going into your kill turn, you can kind of have like a more stock efficient third row to throw down because it refunds your stock. Being able to discard a card and search for an event can be really big too.
There's a green event that this is probably intended to be used with.
There's the green event, but I like that it doesn't lock you into that. You
just grab an event. Yeah.
Mondo good yellow event from before. You could look for the you could look for the card from Fujimi,
the trade counter.
You know, it just looks for event of any color, so that's kind of nice.
If you're like doing something weird with an event, you probably definitely run this like an off card at level 3.
Seems utterly broken in the standard format.
Yeah, probably.
Seems like actually broke as fuck in that format.
Well, I don't know if you ever make it to level 3 in that format. You get infinite lie detector locked far before then, I think.
You play rock, paper, scissors with your opponent for all eternity.
Yeah, you just get stuck there until you lose. But yeah, card's fine. This is another it's like a B. A B minus. You'd only play it in a deck that you'd run like an event centric strategy, or I guess it's probably like C plus. It's B minus. It's like skirting that line somewhere.
And I don't think it's that bad. It's a one-stock level 3 that potentially thins your deck on your last turn too. I
mean, if you run the green event, you definitely run this because the green event is a neg soul counter. Boilers.
I like the yes, the yellow events are really broken, but you're already running 4 of it and have other ways to get it. It's not like you're teching in one of the My Little Shido event, right?
Yeah.
You're running 4 copies of that fucking card every time.
Yeah, so you'll reasonably see it.
It's not like you really need a way to reach into that toolbox because your whole toolbox is full of hammers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Toolbox full of hammers. I like it. All right, we can move on. To you, Brian.
All right. This is card number 33, which is Yoshino Visiting. Level 0, 500 power. Global 500 power to all of your other date and elemental characters. When your character reveals a climax card during the trigger check, you can discard a climax from your hand. If you do, look at up to 2 cards from the top of your deck, choose one, put it into your hand, and discard the rest.
8-bar time! Doesn't even put your cards in your clock!
Yeah, that's...
Mills to compensate for triggering a climax?
Choose. Oh, you get to choose what goes in your hand, too. You don't even need to,
It's not blind.
Draw.
So this way, you can be out 4 climaxes instead of just the 2 from triggering the 1 bar, right? Because you're revealing another 2 bars.
Yeah, you hit the other 2 bars.
Everyone talking about 8-bar Fate. What about 8-bar Dow?
I don't know.
Straight up,
I mean, this is a good filter, but
it's a better filter. It's not on a brainstorm.
Yeah.
Somebody get on that. That sounds like the new meta.
8-bar Dell. Oh.
I mean, seriously, it's like
the big thing with 8-bar Fate.
I don't think it's that bad, actually.
Jokes aside, is the Sakura bomb being a ditch climax salvage.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's the engine that makes that deck be stupid. This is a good filter though. I like it. I like it as a filter. I mean, if you're playing 8 bars, you're playing 2 of this probably at least. It's probably pretty important.
There's a deck here, dude. There's a deck here.
I'm sure there is.
All of you fuckers out there who wanted to play.
Well, notably, this doesn't
Stay Night, but didn't want to spend $40 a copy on your Akatsuki's.
This does not just trigger on bars. It's best with bar, but it does trigger on any climax.
Ooh, does that synergize with Pants too? Wouldn't it?
Pants is the only other one. Yeah. Directly synergizes.
Book. You always draw book.
Oh yeah, because you're just gonna draw another climax up book.
No, but Blue Gate.
You could play this in a Pants build, like Pants Bar or something.
Yeah,
that's a really good point, actually.
Any climax. So card's fine.
That makes it a lot more playable.
You'd only play it in
I mean, yeah, it
those
is like
decks,
still C
yeah.
tier, but
it's a good filter. Good,
there might be a
It's
deck
not horrible,
there.
yeah.
There might be a deck there.
good general climax filter. All right, Origami Climax Swapper. When this is played from hand to the stage, you may reveal your hand. There's a climax among them for the turn. All of your opponent's front row characters get minus 500 power. So, and it's also climax swap. Pay 1 digit climax, grab a climax from your grave.
That's the important part.
This is a climax swapper that you don't feel bad about running like 2 copies of. Like, because that first effect, depending on your meta, could just fucking nuke your opponent's like annoying JC cards and shit. So it's like a fine thing to play.
Mm-hmm.
And like there's probably a climax in your hand. If you're me, there's 4. So, you know.
You're playing bars.
Yeah. If you're playing anything. But like,
Yeah.
come on, there's always a climax. And like you sculpt to keep this in your hand too, so like if you see the opportunity to like pop it, maybe swap your climax a turn early. And for your finisher to like remove your opponent's like annoying JC that they field in the later game, or like on reverse 500 power, like overloaded stupid card.
Giving away your hand might not even really be like
Oh, it doesn't matter in this game, I don't think.
a drawback.
No,
Not
it's
because
not
it's a
free.
non-interactive game, etc., blah blah blah, but because if you're doing this on like your kill turn, let's say, right?
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah, here's my hand. It's the 3 finishers I was gonna play. Oh, and
yeah,
the
who gives a
ready.
shit? Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, or like, you know, earlier in the game, like, yeah, you're giving away a bit of information maybe, but it's not like
Unless you're super flooded and you're trying to
terrible.
hide it, I don't think it matters.
Fuck, even going into the yellow level 1 combo, right? It's like, yeah, I just unga bunga'd my level 0 game. Here's my 0 card hand. Now you can
Now I have 6, yeah.
Yeah. And that's after the fact. You don't know what they are. Well, I
Yeah,
guess you
who
do know.
knows? Well, yeah, you know, but who cares? Yeah, better than climax swappers are already fine. They enable greedy 3 climax
Dude, Data
builds.
Live is like, this is like the biggest dick set I've ever seen.
Yeah,
There's
there's
a
just
lot
dicks
of,
out,
lot of
dude.
tools here, yeah.
You just
Yeah,
have like a massive dong while you're playing it. You're like, I don't give a shit that you know what's in my hand. Here's my whole fucking hand, loser. I plus 6 cards. You can see every single one of them. Go ahead.
Yeah, you slam this down, show your opponent that you have 4 copies of My Little Shido in your hand, and they just scoop.
I think if we had more of the annoying JC style effects, I might even give this like AA minus.
Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
I'm already biased towards like
It's just gonna
climax
get
swappers.
better over time. That means.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as we get more
Plus for that.
JP style
Yeah.
sets in English.
I mean, they've obviously shown that they don't give a flying fuck what they print in this format.
Apparently
So
everything is out the window.
yeah,
so-
apparently anyone thinking that they cared even for a singular second about keeping things that they release even within the same time frame on a similar power level is just completely thrown out the window. So
Oh, Carmen, a serious question though. Like,
yeah, what's up?
you know a lot more about the JP side of the game. Do people actually like tech this card to deal with
You
like,
probably
JCs and stuff? It seems really well positioned.
unless you're jamming in the choice lists where you are so dependent on hitting your level 1 climax combo, and if your level 1 climax combo doesn't go off, your deck does nothing until like level 3 or like maybe level 2 if you like can, I don't know, somehow have enough hand without in combo to you know, like field an early play. Maybe your early play lives back, but like you're so dependent on it. Like you'd run like anywhere between 1 to like 3 of this anyway. So like it's very incidental. But like it's a card you don't feel bad about putting in any list. It's a climax swapper. It like naturally brings up the consistency of your deck. The floor of the card is already very high. And then it's like, oh yeah, by the way, 500 power cards GTFO. Like this card against Psychono when their board is like JC, Ricky, fucking drop search, you just nuke 2 of their cards and they did nothing. And then you run over their Ricky. But like, you know, you can't really deny everything. But like that's a normal tri-field board from Psychono, right? Is like those 3 cards. And that's like safe against a lot. And this is just like, nope, get out of here. Get fucked. Like, so I don't even think it's right to call it like a tech. I think you could like throw it in anything.
You're
like,
already running it,
The floor is already good.
Mhm.
kind of like with the event.
Yep.
Yeah,
Just a good card.
it's just a good card.
All right, back to you, Andy.
We got another Yoshio. When this is played from your hand, reveal top card of your library. If it is a data or elemental, this can side without penalty. It is a brainstormer. I think it's a
salvage.
spammable brainstormer. It's a spammable brainstormer that can side attack for free, maybe. Don't really care for it. I guess it's a good out
At least
for
it attacks.
stock if you have
At least it can attack and brainstorm, and like it's a better than average chumper, but like it's still not good.
If you do end up triggering a lot of climaxes with your choice combo, this can at least help you pay out multiples. But I don't think it's really that good of a card. I don't think you really need the Sales fucking cowgirl. You don't need.
Yeah, you don't
need
need
to
this
get
shit.
climaxes out of your hand.
Yeah.
Cowgirl and bar filter.
Yeah. It's like a D plus, C minus. I'll commit to the D plus.
I don't think it's not great.
All right, Brian.
All right, what do we have here? This is Mana Takamiya. If there are 2 or fewer cards in your stock, sits at 4K.
Literally who? Who is this?
She's
character?
asked trait. She doesn't even have the common trait.
Oh wait, she doesn't have the common trait. F.
Oh. Yeah. That's
F.
pretty.
It's that simple. Yeah.
I don't think it would usually matter that much. You only really want these 4Ks at like turn 1 anyway, but
yeah, if you draw this in your.
But you have other.
There's
options,
enough effects that are like top checking for type. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It just running this inherently lowers your consistency, and that's
bad.
And you're day alive. You have a ton of other good zeros you can run.
Yeah. All right. We have Power Crept Remy Anti-Change Bomb, because this one sends to clock instead of waiting room. It is otherwise the same card, plus 1500 power for the number of events in your waiting room. Just better.
You can actually run more events in Data Live because
that's about the same.
By running events.
It's about the same in the green build. You're running typically 4, the 4 Shidos, and then maybe 2 to 3 of the green event. But I mean, like even with just the Shidos, like if you could support green and you're splashing green, Remy Bomb is dumb as shit. Like that card. I think Dean said it. It's like he was making a joke. It's like that card is better than some entire sets. Like in terms of how it like wins you the level 2 game against like multiple early plays. It like removes one and puts you so far over the other with even like a costless card that like there's no way your opponent could save their card.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like I don't know, power creeping it to be a hard removal seems if green was more playable, this card I would probably play this over the dumbest shit Coterie one too.
The free Coterie.
Yeah, like even over that.
Probably notable also is that the origami level 3 neg soul combo is pretty small. This helps it get a lot bigger.
So, yep, good card.
Good card, yeah.
Good card. I think it's an A actually. Like,
yeah, this is.
Remy Bomb.
This is considering Data Live is already inherently running a play set event in almost every build, or
3 to 4.
Every build.
Pretty sure every build is running at least 3, and that's like only because the non-choice builds have trouble jamming 4. But still, doesn't matter. 4,500 power. It's a lot of power. All right, back to you, Andy.
Oh no, it's Yoshino, and she's stuck in the rain. When this attacks, the level of character is level 3 or higher. She gets 6,000 power, so it goes to 13. Changes into Yoshino's Lonely Eyes in your waiting room. Puts them into the slot this was on.
So this is a level 3 killer. The other one is a level assist that it can also change back.
Seems kind of weird. Kind of like not very useful.
No, not very useful at all.
I guess it's a level 3 killer. That's
like this is gonna die. This is gonna die on the swing back, so it's not like even.
There's a better level 3 killer. There's like a 13/5 swing in with twin drive in blue.
Uh-oh.
Which like you have to be playing blue to run the other card. So like, card's not good.
I mean, I'd rather just play the last card,
the bomb,
or the yellow one. instead of this. I do like the level 3 killer profiles, but the anti-change is just so good in this set so far.
Yeah. All right. It's you, Brian.
All right, this is, and I'm not going to pull. This is an origami. On play, put the top 2 cards of your deck into your waiting room. If you hit a climax, choose a character in your opponent's front row, gets minus 1,000 power till end of turn. And at the start of your climax step, choose a date or elemental character and gets 1,000 power to the end of turn.
Huh.
It's
These minus 1,000 effects that minus your opponent's field are
That one's this is a coin flip
they're
though.
becoming better than pumping your own field. Just to get rid of like JCs and shit.
Yeah.
This
The first one being a coin flip's kind of shit. There are better ways to pump 1,000 power than this. I don't like this.
It's actually a 2,000 power swing. Neg 1,000 to
If
their
you
row,
hit the
1,000 to
climax.
your row.
If you hit the climax.
Well, yeah.
I hate it, actually.
I think the fact that you can actually hard remove something on their field, and then actually get a 2,000 power, an essential. You could either use it as a removal or as like a plus 2,000 on play.
If you hit.
If you hit, yeah. Okay, well, if you hit.
Well, I think that's the problem with it. It's like the only reason I'm giving it a D- and an F is because it is a free 2-card mill. But that's also bad sometimes.
The effect's not consistent at all, unfortunately.
When there are consistent options.
On play, 1,000 pump on its own with the chance to be 2,000 pump and potentially ruin one of their sack effects or go to memory effects or something is kind of I think it's definitely like playable. It's definitely better than a D. You could totally play it. It's splashable too. It's a 0.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I got to disagree. I don't like it. I think it's too conditional. Bots are too competitive for level 0s. No space for this card. Even in shit like weird builds. I don't think you run this. Probably not enough space.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's just like your opinion, man.
Yeah, you got it. True. All right. Who's this? I think it's me. Oh, okay. Another origami. All your characters are data elemental. It gains 1,000 power. When it's placed from the stage to the waiting room, on death, you can put the top card of your stock into your clock. Choose a card in your clock. Return it to your hand. Put the top card of your library in your clock. So this is like the Nia Pedo like cost, but it's a Ricky from clock, which means you can't level yourself up with it because you won't have a card from to select from.
Yeah, that's
wow.
Well, that's why it's a common.
Yeah.
It sits at 2,500 power. Actually, that's not bad. If you're comparing it directly to a Nia sits at 2,000. So this is a bit
yeah,
better.
but this card doesn't work.
What do you mean it doesn't work?
Doesn't work.
Oh, if you're at like X6.
Yeah, well, it's a lot of the
times
time when you play Rickies. That's what they do.
Yeah, so
and it has limited selectivity of just being in your clock.
This isn't so much a Ricky as it is like an on
it's Ricky cost. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the other thing. The timing's also shit.
Oh, it's on death. Yeah.
Yeah, I hate it even more.
It seems like a good turn 1 play. Like, sits pretty beefy like earlier in the game. Like 2,500's enough to win lanes, win combat.
Yeah, I guess the only other thing to mention is the only other thing to mention is it can grab non-characters from clock. It can grab climaxes or
I guess, but
did you say the set doesn't have a Ricky?
No.
It's got this.
It's got this.
This is like a perfectly playable card.
Why would you run playable cards when you could run broken cards instead?
Because it's a Ricky.
Not.
Yeah, it is.
Timing's bad.
Well, it is. It is a Ricky.
Oh man, it'd be a gosh darn shame if Data Live had to take a consistency hit somewhere.
Well, why would you? You don't have to.
Always doing this to me.
You don't have to. You can just. Your level 0s are actually so dumb that you don't care about getting level locked at any point. Actually, your level 0s are so stupid. You don't give a shit. It's actually dumb. It's actually so stupid. Like, I wish that I could agree. but the set's too stupid.
I don't know, like being able to take events or climaxes.
I don't know, dude. Taking damage past level 1 seems pretty bad, especially when there's no very little selectivity. On average, you're selecting from how many cards? Maybe 4. You're having a bad game, and then you're going to 5.
I feel like normally a Ricky would be like an A-tier card.
Yeah, but this isn't a Ricky.
It's a Ricky.
It's
It's
not.
not as
It's
good
a
of a
clock Ricky. Okay, if this selected from literally any other zone, I say this would be better even if it's selected from other cards in your stock.
Oh yeah, I mean if I could look at
Literally.
my blind stock and pick something, that'd be fucking great.
Oh, I don't give a shit about knowing what the cards are. I'd pick one at random before I would pick a shuffled card at random before dude, this, you just have no control over what flows into your clock, and that's the problem. That's why this card sucks.
I mean, honestly, even if the card were on play instead of on death.
If it was on play, death is the...
It's something, yeah.
Because, I'm not playing over this card, to get this effect. Because this effect sucks. Not a powerful enough effect.
I don't know if your level 1 climax is in your climax zone, Carmen.
Well, I can't get out of my climax zone. That means I already played it.
Konosuba review where you said
yes, but there are other reasons to be playing an on-death Kome because that set has Oboro, which incentivizes you to loop your combo turn after turn after turn after turn, and that's valuable.
Oh my god, I'm so right.
You're not.
Oh, when I'm right, I'm right.
Why would your climax be in your clock? Why would your climax be in your clock? You can only select from your clock. Well, the other card selects from your deck.
You clocked it yourself so that you can grab it back with this. Obviously.
Yeah, you clocked it yourself from your hand so that you can take it back.
Okay, whatever. You're a little bit right. You're a little bit right. I'm more right.
All right, let's just move on. This card makes me sad.
All right, this is
There's some Shido, I don't know.
Shido? Okay, I remembered his name. Okay, Shido. Your other origami terms of exchange in the middle front slot get a 2,000 power. So, 119k. Hello. Rest is choose one of your date or elemental characters. For the turn, they get 500 power, and on reverse, put the top card of your opponent's collected waiting room. If you do, clock kick it. Huh?
No, it's clock exchange.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Clock swap bomb effect thing.
I don't know. Brian, you probably have the most experience with this effect. Playing into Tyler's Thou 10th thing. Have you guys actually played with that?
Not a lot.
I played with it a little bit.
But the clock swap effect is relevant. I think it's less relevant here since your biggest lane will likely be the center, and you can't exactly move it around easily to get reverses on the side lanes if you need it.
My experience.
No. You don't have to pick the 1/1, Brian. You can pick anything.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, I don't think you even care about this. 1/1 is garbage. You're just running this card for the second effect. Because it's also like a 2k, which means whatever. If early on in the game, if you draw multiple, you just fucking throw it out there. If your meta's
turn 1, you can still field it in the back row and pump something else over with the.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't even matter. I think the only time a card like this matters is if number 1, you have act abilities you need to kick on your turn, and you need something repeatable. It's not a brainstorm because you don't want to brainstorm every turn to kick act abilities. Which Thou 10th has a card like this, and it has. Although that card's more all-in-one than this, because this card has some other stupid, useless, unplayable effect with some stupid, useless, unplayable vanilla. However, if you're...
Unplayable.
Anyway, if you're in a meta where you're playing against literally nothing but slime, and you need to just, kill every Shizu, something... You need to remove hand-on-core cards. I guess you could tech this. Because it's a level 0. But, otherwise, I don't think it's playable. A very niche tech card.
I feel like my opinion was just brushed to the side there.
It was. I would never play this 1/1. There's no way to play this card for free.
I think
not paying 1 for a card. Why would I pay 1?
Alright, let me make the case for it. I think we made enough points about this Shido that, he's actually playable. Right? You could run...
You could tech one of them, yeah, sure.
You could tech some of these in, I guess. But, maybe in a standby build, you could, standby that 1/1 out or something.
Why? There's a 1175. Why would
I
I
don't
put hand
know.
on court?
Yeah,
It could
yeah,
be,
yeah.
it could be a 119K instead.
I was see what I was thinking like, oh, maybe you run 4 of this Shido and splash one of the other thing in a standby deck, but
You just can't run
Not worth
4
running
of
4
cards
of
that
those.
aren't broken in this set. There's too many broken
Huh?
cards.
yeah.
It's hard to even run 4
You're right.
ofs
You're
in
right.
Data Life.
7K is not worth it, but this card's still pretty solid.
Yeah, I think the fact that he offers the clock swap is maybe relevant sometimes. I do agree that you don't.
You don't have an
Probably.
act to kick, so that's why I'm giving it a
You know
D.
what else kind of sucks with it though? That you have to rest it, meaning you can't rest it down for the
Yeah, you
Uh,
can't mind
yeah,
little
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah. But why could
That's
you rest
like-
himself? He's making the choice, man. You never seen the show. Okay.
Well, I've never seen like I've seen season 1, dude.
Okay. I think this is all season 1, right? All the art's from season 1 so far. Oh
think
God,
so.
no Data Live set 2, please no.
Oh, please, absolutely not. Yeah, I've only seen season 1 also.
I've seen everything. Oh, Drew's back. What's up?
What up?
Okay, moving on.
Alright,
Who's this?
Whose card is this?
I'll take it. Whatever.
Drew, you want to do this one?
Would I?
All right.
Would you?
Free 1-0 backup here. Pitch 2. When you use this backup, you may pay the cost to show. Put the top card of your opponent's clock in the waiting room. If you do, choose one of your opponent's characters that is higher level than your opponent and put it into their clock.
Yeah, are we power creeping Shaken Megumin now?
Okay, so hear me out. Hear me out.
Come on.
This isn't that good.
Is this card actually power creep on Shaken Megumin? Because if you think about what is investing very heavily in early plays, they are early plays that heal, and your opponent is trying to heal down to 2-0. If your opponent's at 2-0, this card doesn't work.
That's true.
What is this card good at? This card shits on Love Live Sunshine. This card says, Love Live Sunshine,
Yeah.
eat a dick.
Yeah.
Eat a dick.
Yeah, it
Because
does.
this card
Yeah,
says,
it does.
you lose your yo, you lose your Rico condition, go to hell, leave my tournament, fuck off. That's what this card says.
Yeah, it does.
This is like this card in English might actually see play if like people are still playing LSS, which I don't even think they will be.
I don't
By the
know,
time
people-
this
people
comes
love
out.
Love Live Sunshine.
Dude, yeah, people
Oh.
love that deck. That deck is like autopilot easy. They're not gonna stop playing it.
Well, I
Actually
wouldn't
do it.
call any like top tier deck autopilot easy. I think there are people who can play it to a certain level because autopilot easy just in Weiss in general can take you pretty far. And Sunshine has that
Well, that's
ridiculous
I mean, though, like,
shit.
Sunshine
But yeah, this
is
card does
literally-
shit on
well,
Love Live
Sunshine
Sunshine.
has one way to play the deck. That's it. Like, it's straightforward. It's literally, you have a game plan. Your opponent sees. That's why it's so good, right? Because your opponent
Oh, yeah.
knows it's going to happen.
It's
it happens
the
anyway.
thing that you can do without thinking, which is play Chika-Yo, is so strong that it probably just wins you the game without you doing any thinking outside of that to a certain point.
Even the most brain dead decks, there's still lines you need to know.
Yeah, that's
No,
all I was
I'm
trying
not-
to say.
I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, like the people aren't going to stop playing Sunshine because of this deck. Like, because Sunshine
No,
is
but I'm
literally,
saying this card.
I'm here at A. I need to get to C. All I have to do is get
This
through
card
B.
sees no
Right.
play. This card sees no play in JP right now because of that
The
line I
ban
just
list from
described.
LSS, right?
Well,
Is that what you're
no,
saying?
because all the decks that are playing early plays right now are playing them at 2-0 more often than not, and this card doesn't work. In English,
Here's
this
a-
card will see play because of
I
Love
don't
Live
think
Sunshine.
so. Won't.
Why not? You're
Here's
in
the thing-
denial.
Here's the thing, though. No, I'm not in denial. It's the the point you made also just furthers it, though. Like the fact that if they heal down, that doesn't do anything
Yes.
or is unusable. That's just furthers its unplayability. But it's not that this card is again necessarily bad. It's just it's in a set that already has the Shido event that you're running 4 of, the Blink card that you're running a number of. Like, how many spots are you? You already
One.
have such insanely good anti-changes.
If
Like,
you
that's
expect
fine.
to see, to
like
see
a
a lot of
2-1 clock.
LSS, you would
I
run
don't
run
think
one
I
of
would tech this
this.
card. I don't think I'd tech it in anyway. I would just. I mean, maybe you do. Maybe you do.
Yeah, you
Maybe
just
tech
run one
for
of it.
Sunshine.
I mean, like, think about it. It's just like
Maybe.
this is one card you don't get to play the game anymore, because not only am I going to clock remove your before you even go to your turn, then afterwards I'm gonna level down your other shit. Like, like it's insult to injury. If you
seems, I don't know. I feel like you're already teched so hard against early plays. Like, why are you really gonna go that deep? You're gonna
depends.
add
That's what I said. It depends on your
anti-change
meta.
card?
It depends on your meta. If your meta is like a bunch of people that just go, "Oh my god, I just play LSS. I love Chica so much." Like, yeah, you fucking throw one of these in to tell them to fuck off.
Hold on a
Directed
second.
hate.
Hold on a second. Was it not at Thank You Fest last week? Andy ran a review deck that targeted specifically the Slime 1-0 that rested itself to put a card underneath it. And you're gonna sit here, Andy, and say, "Do you really tech this card?"
Yeah, and I got fucking destroyed. I got last place.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Me and Mammoth were matching T-shirts before the tournament when he paid and signed up. I'm like,
okay,
all right, Matt, I'll see you in round 3. We'll be playing for 7 and 8.
It doesn't matter where you. It doesn't matter where you placed, Andy. What I'm saying is, in the context of what you're saying, if Carmen's saying you can expect to see Love Live, yeah, you teched us. And you're like, no, dude.
Yeah,
really?
I mean, like,
you expected to see a bunch of slime,
so like,
you build a deck against slime, and
think about it.
You know what I mean? Like,
think about it. Okay, so like, it's a good tech against early play heavy decks, especially if you're running the choice combo, because you're going to a bazillion hand every turn anyway. So if you expect to play choice the following turn,
here's the thing,
ditching
though. You go to
3
a bazillion
doesn't
hand,
mean
you have
shit.
to discard during your turn.
Yeah, but
and
it
on
doesn't
your
matter.
opponent's turn, you're going down to your
you go down to 7.
cards.
It's the same theory as I said that if you're playing choice combo, you tri-field every single second turn at 0. Because you're going to refill your hand anyway.
It's different though. You'd have to choice combo
slightly
after
slightly.
to refill.
Slightly.
I think honestly this card is best in the mirror matchup.
I don't know about the mirror.
What do you hit in the mirror?
Well, if you're 8 standby versus let's say you're playing against 8 standby Dow and you're running choice whatever. Choice bar or whatever, you know what I mean? This card's really good.
I mean, this card is I mean, like, I don't know, this is a 1-0 hard remove anti-change counter.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can we say this is any worse than Shaken Megumin, a card that people already fear?
I think in most cases, I don't think it's worse. I think it's...
Do people really even fear Shaken anymore?
No.
I think at first glance, I was like, oh my god, this card is so crazy. But then it's like...
It's about the threat of Shaken.
Okay, yeah, go ahead, discard your whole hand, fucker.
well, yeah, but like this, we say, well, Konosuba ditching 2 isn't that bad because they just double tap down their ambushes. This is just like my opponent is gonna go to 9 cards next turn. Like,
yeah. So what does it matter?
Yeah, what does it matter?
I don't know if it's a direct comparison. Ambush you can use regardless of what's going on in the game. Your opponent.
It is worth noting that your opponent can do things to have this not work, and by do things, I mean the deck that is spamming early plays the most right now, even in English, is Slime, and they are healing to 2-0 every turn. So you might not have a target against Slime. This is really good against Love Live Sunshine. I think this is going to be really funny to see a Love Live Sunshine player to get hit by this. I will both feel for them. I will both feel sorry for them, but also laugh at them. At the same time.
What you're saying there, Carmen, like I don't think you can reliably run this and be like expect to see someone. If you would have to know someone.
Yeah, you would have to know. You would be like expecting to see
such an expensive
a lot of
set
Sunshine.
That I don't think I could sacrifice the slots to be like, you know what, I'm gonna play a Sunshine.
I would run one as a tech if I was going back to Toronto, because they all fucking run Love Live Sunshine.
They did in Toronto.
Yeah.
Every other game was Sunshine.
Maybe the floor is high enough to maybe just like, okay, it's a 1K counter. Maybe that just makes it good enough to slot in as a one of.
Maybe it deals with
into like a standby deck where you just want to win field.
Yeah.
You can
I'm ready to
slot
rate
this
it
in as a one of because it is a backup.
I'm going to give it, for the Love Live Sunshine thing, because that is so funny, I'm going to give it a B.
Like C++.
Wow, really?
Yeah,
probably B minus. Yeah, it's not that good. Even in the choice like combo, jokes aside, like ridiculous situations and not real sack lords aside that will ditch their whole hand twice to do this and then turn their now 1-card hand into triple coterie and go back to 8 and have to discard for turn. because we all know that's who you're playing against round 1 at a regional. You're playing against that guy.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't like evaluating cards that way.
No, I'm not. I'm saying outside of that, I'm only giving it the bump to B- from like CC plus because I think it's really funny that this card just fucks over Sunshine in one card. I think it's hilarious. This is like a Sunshine player's worst fucking nightmare. Your opponent could even do it at level 1 if they triple canceled or some shit. Like, you're not even safe from your opponent being level 1. It's just so fucking funny. I gotta give it the bump.
I think it's only really the situations like the Love Live Sunshine situation where this card is relevant because most of the
good against Priestess too.
Most of the time, you just play my little
anything with
Shido
a
or
clock
something.
condition. If your opponent didn't like bury the clock condition,
it's just kind of cloggy. It's not cloggy, but like
you never run more than
1K backup in your deck, and you already have a bunch of other cards that fulfill the anti-change purpose.
The only reason this is much better than those cards like your My Little Shields and stuff against Sunshine is because you'd have to double My Little Shido Yo because of Carmen.
Well, also you remove the clock condition.
Yeah, and you remove the clock condition.
So double whammy there.
LSS and Priestess, but I don't think anybody's gonna be playing Priestess no more. I think they're gonna be playing Standby if they're playing Golem Slayer.
Priestess isn't good. Priestess is no good.
Poor Priestess never got her time in the limelight.
Priestess is a bad card. It's bad. It's a bad combo. It's a bad deck. Standby is the way to go.
Drew going off.
Done. That's it. That's all I got to say.
All right. Drew, this is you.
Oh, sweet. I get the one with Tilly in it. All right. My rabbit's name is Attila the Bun.
Is Tilly the rabbit's name?
No.
Tilly's my rabbit. Yeah, no. Oh, I don't know. I was just making that shit up there. You're gullible as hell, bro. So we got this 1-0, 4,500. When it attacks, if you're playing the game, it has it gains 2k, and then it has character encore.
No.
Yeah, no. Do not like this, Sam. I am. F.
Yeah, not a big fan. 4,500 hand encore. Cool.
All right. Nobody waste their time with the 1/1 vanilla. Andy, you got this counter.
Ooh, this is badass looking, dude. Look at her. She got the sword. She looks like straight out of Excel World there. She got the her Yukihime. When you use the backup, you mill 3. You are inclined to mill 3. You can't deny it.
The Brittany counter.
This is off trait.
And then 3K.
Doesn't have date or spirit. It doesn't have date or element.
Oh my god! Why? Fuck, dude.
Yeah.
I like 3K
Sucks.
counters and standby builds.
Yeah, off trade's a little rough.
Off trade sucks. The only good thing about backups is you can search them.
All right, Brian, this is you.
All right, we've got this 2/1 Yoshino. It's got Alarm. If this card is the top card of your clock at the beginning of your main phase, you can pay 1, ditch 1. If you do, return all cards in your waiting room to your deck and shuffle. It's another free fresh.
This is shit timing.
What?
This is shit timing.
What are you talking about? Wait.
Start of your main phase.
Start of your main phase, yeah.
Start of your main phase.
Yeah, timing's pretty bad.
It's a free fresh.
Yeah, I mean, unless there's something you absolutely need back in your deck that you can dig for. This is
and you have to clock to put it in. If you have to clock to get the effect, so you could somehow you could get screwed out of you could make your deck state even worse.
Hit climaxes that don't shuffle back. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
maybe, but
timing's really bad.
Hey, wait a minute.
I don't know.
Hey, wait a minute. So what if now let me just play this out because I'm not sure how this might work. I don't know. So let's say you clock this card, right?
Yeah.
Or no, never mind. That wouldn't work. Never mind. I was gonna say if you clock this to go to 7, but you'd have to level first, and that wouldn't work.
Yeah, you level first. It's Alarm.
Yeah, you level first.
You still gotta avoid a refresh point.
Yeah.
But you have to clock to do it. You take a damage.
Yeah, but you want to be clocking because you're plussing.
Refresh.
Yeah, I guess you clock. All right, so let's say you're the 2/5. You clocked 2/6. Do the free fresh. Draw 2. Heal down to what? how fast can you level? Or
I guess
so
you
down
do
to
get
two.
to pay one, ditch a card if you do draw a single climax. The timing is just bad because it doesn't let you. The big thing for me as like a free fresh is like a free fresh is strongest when I control exactly when it happens.
Yeah.
Which is why the bottom 5
Yeah.
ones are so strong, because you can control exactly when you want to do that. You can always mill your deck out and get to that point where you can play the free fresh. You completely control it. And those cards, when you trigger their free fresh, they also always have other effects. This is just a pay one, ditch a card free fresh, where the card itself is just a 2/1 AK unplayable card.
Yeah.
However,
Yeah, you're
it's
right.
like the timing for me kills it because I want to be able to have full control over that situation so that I get the best deck state possible. This removes options for me, and that's why I don't like it.
Yeah, as far as free freshes go, I think you're better off just playing the Kurumi free fresh backup more often
Yeah,
than
for
not.
sure.
You can't actively search for it on your turn. Like
Nope.
if you end up in a
You gotta
spot
have it the
where
turn
like,
before.
I need to refresh this turn. You have to have this going into your turn so you can clock it.
What if you
actually
draw
don't think
up-
this is
Yeah,
a
this
good
card-
card.
What if you
card's
draw
really-
up
this
and only
card's
have
really
2
bad.
cards in your deck, and you have to clocking draws you out?
This card gets an F for filler.
I don't think it's that bad.
It's
After-
not that bad.
After
but-
gushing about it so hard at first, I actually think it's like it's like a trap to play.
Yeah, it's not very good.
It's not great now.
I acknowledge that there are some situations where it would be good, but I would not.
Those situations don't pop up enough for you
Yeah.
to warrant playing that.
I just fear
Or
that
even-
like
or
there are
even-
2 cards
imagine
left
you
in my
just-
deck after drawing, and clocking refreshes me anyway.
Or
Like
just
fuck
imagine,
that.
imagine if you did, imagine if you devoted resources to put this card in your hand. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like that's
feels
not
bad.
worth it.
All right.
Yeah, that card sucks.
Last one here. We got this 3/3 event counter. Perform the following action 3 times. Choose one of your characters, and for the turn, that character gains the following ability. The character opposite this gets -1 soul. So
It's nice.
-1,
It
-1,
doesn't choose your
-1, and
opponent's character.
it goes to memory. In terms of a neg soul backup, this is probably as good as it possibly could be.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Especially in terms of a level 3 backup, or a level 3 event period.
I mean, the
this
only thing
probably
better is money counter, because it just
Yeah.
turns off like things that are on reverse and restands. But
I
this
think
is
the
pretty
only
good.
other level 3 event like this that's any good is the one from Overlord.
What?
Yeah.
The Overlord event is either deal
Chungus?
2 damage, heal 2 damage, or give something 10k till the end of your next turn, your opponent's next turn.
Yeah, this is a
Okay.
counter. It's like different use case.
I maybe like this more than like a money counter. Because here's the
Depends.
thing. You don't choose their character. You choose your character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
You choose up to
gets
3
around
of
hex
your
proof.
characters. You don't target shit on their field.
Yeah.
Yeah, more often than not, I think you're stacking all 3 neg souls in one lane here.
Yeah, I think this is like an AOT tech card.
But you also don't have to though. That's kind of like a nice.
No, you,
Yeah,
no,
it lets you
you're not
spread
supposed
it.
to, but I think more often than not you are.
Probably, but it's not like your opponent can just play around this.
Yeah,
right?
they have
can't
no
just,
way to
direct
interact
attack,
with it,
direct
yeah.
attack. Aha, you can't use your card. And
Yeah.
also, it's the timing of counter steps important too. Your opponent reveals their trigger first. You know how much they're swinging for.
Right.
Let's say they're just swinging for 2. You can say, all right, I'll cancel this attack and then roll that other soul over into this other lane.
Yeah.
Right? And then
Yeah.
even if your opponent's side attacking in that other lane or doing some other shit, they still have the minus soul. They don't even need to like front attack it.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's
It's- I
you have
don't think
bonders
it's- I don't
to
think
it
it's
and
bad.
shit.
I think it has its own niche. I don't think it's a bad event or a bad counter. I just don't think with what we've seen in this set so far, it's not.
There are blue
my go-to.
cards that can like exchange this card for other cards earlier in the game. So there's some build around aspect to it.
Mhm.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll give it like a there's definitely there's like an origami AST deck that like you're supposed to play that tops out in this card. I think I'm on the train with Brian. I think it's like a B-.
I think it's playable, but only in specific.
Yeah,
builds.
only
You
in
don't
like
run
this
it.
green build, green blue origami.
Well, yeah,
It works well with
you
the
need to run green.
which-
It's-
Which you
It
know
it
what,
works
though,
well
like-
with
like-
the origami finisher in blue that's a costless icy tail. So like you
Which,
save your
you know,
stock.
like you said earlier, though, like even though, like, yeah, we're giving this card a B minus, like this fits into a build that's still probably better than.
Yeah,
most
yeah,
of
sure. That's
Oh,
what I
yeah.
was saying. Like the joke builds of this set are like mid A tier decks.
Let's put it this way too. Like, you could even run this card in like the meta build, right? The Kurumi finisher is costless,
You wouldn't run this in that,
right?
I don't think.
No, hold up. You
could.
tap completely out for the Kurumi finisher, and then you still have this as
You
like
spend
a
your
line
stock
of
on
defense.
Icy Tail. The Icy Tail's 3/2. A3. Ditch 1.
Yeah, the Kurumi.
Well,
will
okay,
finish
maybe I'm not running the Icy Tail in my deck, Carmen. Maybe I'm running.
Oh, that's a
maybe I'm just
mistake.
tri-fielding. Maybe I'm
Running a
tri-fielding
bad deck.
Kurumis.
That's
then
wrong.
you're just misplaying
Wrong,
yourself.
misplaying.
Excuse
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, you're just misplaying. The finisher
What,
board is double Kurumi, Kurumi, Icy Tail. Every time.
Or you could triple Kurumi, hold up this computer chip.
Doesn't work.
What do you mean?
You don't gain anything from a third Kurumi versus the Icy Tail. Most of the
What
time.
do you mean?
You don't.
You gain the
Think about
ability
the
to
deck
use this
state.
counter.
Yeah, but think about the deck state. Your opponent's dead. What if your opponent was dying? Your opponent dying is like you
Versus-
canceling their soul forever. I heard that on card games. I think Patty Wagon said that. Which I like.
If
Your opponent
dies,
being
you can't
dead
forever.
is like canceling their soul forever. Think about it.
I don't think Andy. I don't think you sacrifice the threat of this event for you winning a game.
I think the Icy Tail's too broken to say that you would run this over that as like a choice, unless you were running like some weird red, green, yellow build in which it's not the meta build, because you need a decent amount of green to fix this. As well as bonders and
Four
stuff.
copies of card number 1 from this video. Hit replay now.
Well, no, you'd also need a way to get into this card because you wouldn't have the deck slots.
It's an event card.
You wouldn't have the deck slots to get into
Everything
this.
hits on event cards.
Well, no, the only way to actually grab this is the 3/2 that plays for 1.
You just draw it and hold on to it.
Okay, I'm done talking about this.
You do.
I think
You
it's
can just
fine.
draw your cards
I
and then
think it's
play them.
fine. I don't think.
That's right. We're gonna have plenty of arguments on the red set, and that's fine. We don't need to argue about the green one.
Speaking of that, we'll see you guys in red.